A couple of months ago, I did a video discussing whether or not Airsoft should reopen in the US. And now that the time has passed where more and more fields are starting to reopen, I thought it'd be really interesting to take a look at what I've noticed in my first couple of times playing Airsoft since lockdown has been lifted. So let's talk about that in today's video. What's up, Airsofters? My name is Lane, and welcome back to the BB Warrior. We're here to help you with our educational content that we post here on the channel. So if you enjoy the videos that we create, I'd love it if you joined our community by hitting that subscribe button down below. While you're at it, hit the bell icon next to it for updates when we post brand new videos here on the channel. So going into things, playing my first Airsoft game since quarantine, I was cautiously optimistic. I was obviously excited to go out and play Airsoft again, but I had my concerns about social distancing, about what staging would look like, and overall what the experience would be and how it would be changed. Now, luckily, I had a great time playing Airsoft for the first time since quarantine. I was lucky enough that all of my guns worked, which never happens. I had a great time with my Wolverine Airsoft MTW, which if you've been following the channel for a while now, you know that's been kind of a garbage fire for me. But I'm very happy that everything worked. I had a great time. Now, my notes for Airsoft in general. Well, it felt great to be back. I think the thing that I was really happy about is that people were pretty okay with social distancing. People knew to kind of keep their distance. I saw a lot of people with like the blue surgical masks while they were in staging. So people were being conscious of one another. And that was one of the things that I was kind of afraid about because Airsoft is a very social hobby. You go to play Airsoft to hang out with your friends, to work as a team. This is a very teamwork-oriented hobby. And I was pretty glad to see that, this isn't something, while it is a concern, it's something that you got to be aware of, people were aware of it. And because of that, it flowed very well. While there were some changes to what was going on, the staff was very attentive towards things like social distancing. It was just overall a great day. Now, something that I did not have the chance to go to, unfortunately, is that there was a Milsim event in my area. Now, unfortunately, I could not attend, but I had a lot of my friends attend this event. And what I heard back from them is that they were also very good about social distancing. Specifically in times of staging, in times of cooperation, or, just like administrative stuff before the game, when you're signing your waiver, you're checking in, that sort of stuff. Everybody was good on social distancing, which is something that I really appreciated. I wish I could have gone to that game, but it's nice to know that people are taking this seriously within our hobby. Now, I live in New York State. We're one of the strictest areas in the country right now in terms of what you can do during quarantine, and it's nice that people are able to adapt to this, and we're able to keep on having our hobby. There were three things that I would suggest to any airsoft field that is reopening, things to consider while you are going to be getting into this. And I think really it falls down to, again, these three things. I think that players should be staging at their vehicles or outside. I think that you should expand your dead boxes or your out-of-play areas for people who are not in combat, and you should listen to the feedback of your players. Now, the three of those are the things that I think that need the most improvement at airsoft fields. Staging outside or at your cars is going to help with social distancing. I've been to a lot of airsoft fields where they stage you inside, and you're very close to one another. Your gear is touching. Your gear is very, very close around like picnic tables or something like that. I think it's very wise to have people stage out of their cars because one, it's going to provide them a place to have all their valuables, but at the same time, it's going to space them out. The field that I went to in particular, which I will not name for this video, was very good about that. That is something that I really appreciated about it. The second thing is that if you have a field where, like the field that I went to, for example, they play like 20-minute games, give you 5 to 10 minutes in between to, reload, drink water, have a little bit of food, get back out there. I think that if you're going to have an environment like that where there's going to be a lot of out-of-play time, you need to make sure that players have somewhere to go where they can be distant from one another. The reason why I say that is the field that I went to has seen a huge uptick in players because no one's been able to play the entire year up until this summer. So while this field typically had about 40 to 50 people, you were seeing upwards of 80 people that were playing throughout the day. So because there's this huge influx of players, you need somewhere to put them between games and make sure that, they are able to space themselves out. So I definitely recommend for fields, find a way, if you have that sort of environment, to spread people out. If you can have it where they go back down to their staging area between games and you play longer games, that's even better. I understand that's not a possibility for every field in the way that they're spread out, their size, but I think that it's something that would be great. And the final thing, I think you need to listen to player feedback. This is something that I think that all airsoft fields should do, because at the end of the day, they're your paying customers. You probably want to pay attention to their needs and desires for your business. But I think that by going a long way, I've seen a lot of people in the last couple of months that airsoft fields have reopened have just kind of like pushed away customer suggestions. And I'm not saying that you have to follow every one of them, because they're always not always a great idea. But I think that it's important to listen to your customer base, listen to feedback, because they might have thought of something, that you didn't. So I just wanted to do this quick little video for today, talking about my experience playing Airsoft for the first time in quite a while. Actually, my first time this year, unfortunately. I am in the process of moving, so I wanted to do a quick little easy-to-edit video for you guys. We're going to have some normal content returning the next time that we do it, and as well, probably some more live streams. And I've got a secret project, and I'm almost ready to announce for you guys. But that's going to do it for today's video. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video and this was your first time here, I'd love it if you joined our community by hitting the subscribe button down below, hit the bell icon next to it to get updates when I post new videos, which have been pretty consistent lately. And make sure to let me know your thoughts down below. If you've played Airsoft so far this year, what has your experience been? And were you at like a Milsim event? Were you at like an open play? I've seen a lot of events get canceled this year, unfortunately. Make sure to let me know down below. Well, you might be asking what to watch next. Well, I'd recommend our new series, The Airsoft Armory, where we're doing a bunch of Airsoft custom builds that you can check out up here. Or you might be, you might be new to the channel. I'd always consider hitting that subscribe button over there. But this has been Lane from the BB Warrior, talking about my first time playing Airsoft since quarantine, and I'll see you all next time.